morning timestamp. I know morning is going to be weird with this, but August 10th, 2025, it's about 4 p.m. I went to bed at like 6 a.m. and just kept getting waked up. So I'm up, I'm awake. This last time that I woke up, there was a bed bug biting my arm. So he's dead now, but and that this is the gross part, confirming when they go squish and there's big burst of red, that probably means they were just feeding. Checked over the bed. That was the only one that I saw storming like hideously wonderfully here. Talking to somebody else, and I'm very Gomez. This is the kind of weather I love. But I'm a modern Gomez. I don't like losing power, you know. Got the heaves, you know, because at least one thing was crawling on me, feasting on me while I slept. I love Nosferatu. I think it's an amazing film, but I don't want to live it exactly. Walmart order that was supposed to come last night is supposed to come today now. Big apologies. Delivery, we couldn't get a driver, blah blah blah. My only problem with you guys changing from a 1 hour to a 2 hour window is make sure you can still do that. You know? Not a big corporation, what are you going to do? I need to put some breakfast together. Probably do some yogurt. Just feel like I'm crawling, you know. I need to give Janus his meds. We're at about the 12-hour period. If I can get him. Yeah, there he is. That's the guy. He's just chilling. He's been getting good food with great narcotics mixed in, so he's pretty chill. But I mentioned this before, the docs basically said the arm is probably going to need to come off. And I guess it's pretty typical procedure for this kind of situation. It's got thought I saw another one. It's like, ah, really? Pretty ugly fracture. And they could try and get the infection down and set it, but the chances of him having repeated problems and it not setting right are huge. So that's probably a bite on my ankle, which makes me think I might have one on my leg somewhere. Cannot spray fast enough, man. Gotta get this place squared. Today we're supposed to be doing, and I was pretty sure garage sale was not going to work based on the Weather Channel stuff. And I know when I was going to bed at 6 a.m., which is when we should have been setting up for a garage sale, it was clouding up. So I don't know when it actually started pouring, but and it's got rain going for the next 5 hours, whatnot. We got some heavy water. So, but we can do eBay instead and make money that way. So we've got options. Keep feeling I've got them all over me here. No, hell of a way to wake up. Health-wise, I actually feel fine. Looking forward to taking that shower. Janus's meds. He goes early tomorrow morning for the surgery one way or another. That's probably going to be amputation. But Pix, Tiny, we're all very committed to giving him a fair shot. So we're just going to have a tripod cat, which apparently is what that's casually called. Okay. No word from the VA, so I'm assuming my dad is no change. In case you skipped one or two, which is fine. You know, if you want to like videos, that's fine too. You know, I'm not expecting complete commitment, but this is a window in my life, so if you don't want to miss anything, watch every video. But I know that I post probably 20 minutes to an hour worth every day, so I don't require that kind of commitment. We're not necessarily in a relationship. But my dad was taken to the hospital from the nursing home, or adult facility, whatever you want to call it, where he had escaped, and then when they got him back inside, he was swinging a cane at everyone. He doesn't have a cane, so weapon of opportunity, I'm guessing. But really smart guy, so how hard is it to find a cane in a adult facility? You know, was swinging at people and had barricaded himself in a room. So they got sheriffs and paramedics out there to calm him down. They took him to the hospital because we're going to be putting a wandering watch on him, which apparently, because he's got something on him right now that lets the facility know if he leaves the building. But they can't track him. They just know he is no longer here. So a wandering watch is kind of like with the house arrest bracelet kind of thing. The sheriff's department can find him anywhere. So they're going to put one of those on him. Got to LoJack my dad because we can't trust him to behave himself. But no news from the VA. He does have rhinovirus, which basically upper respiratory infection, cold kind of thing. But he has heart condition and COPD, so that can be a bad combination. I mean, that's just the reality of it. And apparently he wants to go home and see Mom. Which, it's twofold possibility there, which I will explain. It's Harry and David vanilla cream brulee. So once I go home and see Mom, the two possibilities that are in my head there are, because of the dementia, he has forgotten the debt that Mom is gone. He wants to come home to see Mom thinking that she's still alive in here. The second possibility is more philosophical, and that is the idea that he's given up and he wants to go home to see Mom. I don't know which. I haven't talked to him. Last time I talked to him was a couple weeks ago. He slammed the phone down. So, or did a diva hang up. So I wasn't willing to bust him out and help him load his truck with tools so he could go to Pennsylvania and raise horses. I'm not going to break you out. I'm the one that put you there so that the state didn't grab you and put you into a state home. And it was very much you're not willing to help me, I didn't do anything to you, you're not willing to help me, I just need somebody's help. Click. So, but, argument with a man in severe dementia, I don't know that we're gonna find a common ground that's reasonable. I don't think we are. I don't think we are. Alright, so one of the things, I think it's diet related, switching subjects a little bit. I just saw the jar on the counter over there. So my wife and I typically try and sneak brewer's yeast into our diet, and one of the ways we've done that is through Vegemite, because it's pretty much the same thing. I think brewer's yeast, I think that's what it's called. So like, I made eggs and sausage yesterday. Thinking about fun size. One of the things that Pix and I both will sometimes do with a meal is we'll have like Vegemite toast. Vegemite's very strong. If you haven't seen it before, actually, I'll show you. You've all heard the Men at Work song. You just smiled and gave me a Vegemite sandwich. So, Vegemite. My understanding is, and if you're in Australia, please feel free to verify or shoot me down. Very common thing down there. That song's not actually exaggerating or being silly. So, if you can see that. It's almost like a brown paste. It's really thick. And it has very strong flavor. You can order it through Amazon these days. Because world economy. Hopefully you can get your order in before the tariffs hit. Buffoon. But, I don't even know what the tariffs are against Australia, nor why we would impose them. But I'm sure they're there. Because again, buffoon. But we'll usually do like Vegemite toast or something. Like I did one piece of Vegemite toast, a little thin layer, very strong, goes a long way. I gave Tiny some, like, do you want to try it? She's like, yeah, okay, yeah, I could try it. Some say it's an acquired taste. Um, some will say you either love it or you hate it. So Tiny took a bite and was like, yeah, this is very strong. And then asked me to look up if Vegemite was safe for dogs, which I thought was hilarious. And to answer that, according to several of the different vet sites, Vegemite is safe for dogs. You don't want to make a habit of it because it is very high in sodium. It's very salty. But there's nothing in it that's necessarily toxic to dogs. So I waited a beat or two and I was like, so you didn't really care for it and you want to give what's left to Scrappy? And she was like, yeah. Okay, yeah, no problem. And Scrappy, because it was people food that was given to Scrappy, inhaled it. So my pup, at least on some level, is okay with Vegemite. But yeah, there's a bunch of nutrient stuff in Vegemite that you can't necessarily get easily through other foods here in America. So we've made it, Pix and I, not Tiny. Have is it safe for dogs? Okay, you just want to get rid of it. We've made it a fairly common add to our diet just because it helps fill in those holes as far as nutrient-wise stuff we need, you know. It's funny. Can dogs eat lima beans? You don't like lima beans and they're on your plate? Yeah. So from an update standpoint, and I did sell a $5 toy, I forgot what it was, on eBay. Get that prepped and get it out the first couple days this week. Coming up on Jane's surgery tomorrow morning bright and early. Not sure what I'm doing sleep schedule wise though, but I'll figure it out. Everybody in the family's okay. I'm okay, even though I've got the heaves because yet again, critter crawling on me and apparently providing an O-positive picnic. I guess not. Kept feeling like I was feeling something there. Like, oh God, really? Nibbling on my shoulder. Health-wise, I feel okay. Other than the little bit of a panic attack because of the way I was awakened. Do not care for this. I know I signed up for it, but ooh. Anyway, just a quick update. I'm gonna sign off here. Start getting my shit together. Still hear the rumbly outside, but according to the Weather Channel, it's gonna rain till like 9. It's like 4:30. It's gonna be a minute. That's okay. And we're still in my Walmart window for the next 30 minutes or so, and you're still not necessarily showing that you're on your way here. You guys dropping the bowl again? I'm not really shocked by that. This doesn't happen that often, but anyway. hope you have a great night's sleep. Make it a great day.